first of all, could you give us a little background on where you're from and what your education is?
I was born in Peterborough, New Hampshire. I grew up in Fitchburg, Massachusetts. Went to an excellent public school there. Graduated from Boston University in English Literature and Language. Got graduate credits in teaching, taught for many years. In the late 80s, I returned to school at Harvard to get a degree in educational leadership, which I received in 1990. And I've also been in a doctoral program at Lesley University. I worked in the public schools for several years. I was also the educational director for the League of Women Voters in the 80s, helped write ed reform and negotiate policies at the Board of Education, and then became administrator and adjunct teacher at Quincy College in 1991.
And as President and Chief Executive Officer of Quincy College, how do you see the challenges of an educational institution today?
Well, I think the challenges are very great. It's expensive to have quality facilities. It's expensive to have high-quality professors and educators. You want to provide services for students, tutoring and things like that. All of that's very expensive, and yet students are struggling to pay for college as it is. You don't want to raise tuitions if you can possibly help it. Also, students have great demands on their time. There are many students who have to work while they go to school. That makes it very difficult for them. And we need to help support them as successful learners while they are also successful workers to some degree, and still advise them about the loads they carry in their lives. Because if they're overwhelmed with too many responsibilities and they take on too many courses at one time, their success is going to be diminished or non-existent. We have to help them balance their lives, have to help them schedule around it, and help meet the needs that they have as individual students.
How do you see the advances in technology, in particular the computer, how do you see that as changing the way education takes place in institutions?
Well, I just think that the technology available to us today greatly enhances the possibilities for not only research, but communication outside of the classroom and within the classroom, among students and with their instructor. There is so much available to every student through the use of various sites on the web. There are so many opportunities for students and faculty to interact in conversation, in question and answer, through the use of our technology, both in class, after class, whenever, around classes. There is just a tremendous opportunity here to enlarge the repertoire of possibilities for helping students learn. And I'm very anxious for Quincy College to take advantage of all those possibilities.
And does education go bound with a specific place or a building, or is it more adapted to the desires and disposition, say, of the students?
Well, there are some facilities that one needs to produce education for certain fields, I think. I think our nursing lab is very important to our nursing program, for example. However, I think that the individual personal needs regarding funding, educational time, skill development, sharing of responsibilities, all those kinds of things related to every learner are the first priority when you come to helping them be educated.
Thank you very much, President Harris.
You're welcome.